Hey, what's up, everyone? I don't know what's going on, but none of the comments seem to be going through, and no one seems to be able to be commenting to me. I'm not sure if that's just a glitch or if they're doing something with the channel. I don't know if they're doing something with YouTube or what, but if you can comment, please do so I can know that it's just there's not a glitch or something. Alright, so I've been hearing a lot about artificial intelligence. I've been hearing a lot about this AI talk, and they had Will I Am on a few days ago. They're using Will I Am to promote artificial intelligence. And he came on TV and stated, oh, people were scared during the tech revolution in early days. People were scared during the industrial revolution. He claimed people were scared of light bulbs when they first came out. They were afraid it would burn the house down. People were scared of the energy that came from light bulbs. People were scared of microwaves. He said every tech innovation has always had a fear that stood behind it. That is true, but this is a whole other ball game. Will I Am is being used as a spokesperson in order to marginalize a boundary, in order to thin the boundary. They're trying to use him to introduce AI to children, young people, and try to use him as a spokesperson and a voice for Silicon Valley and coding and algorithms. They're basically using him, stating that people need to learn coding now. They need to learn all of this stuff because he said, we're going to merge with it whether you like it or not. And he said, you can either stay behind or you can become a part of the modern world. Well, here's what's going on. Here's what is happening. They want to popularize this transhumanism movement, whether anyone likes it or not. At the same time as trying to get things back the way they call on track. If you've noticed, they've been talking about, since they think they've got this impeachment thing in the bag, they've been talking about bringing the globalism back, bringing the one world system back, and pushing things back the way they wanted it, back to what the previous administration was doing. And they're just pushing their agenda right back again. And unlike in other countries, our country is just the people of our nation. They're just sitting there letting it happen. They're not protesting against it. They're not rallying. If it's over something crazy, they'll go in the streets, rally the streets. But if it's something that really needs to be protested against, they don't do anything. Look at 5G. Look at all of this artificial intelligence takeover. They're not rallying about that. It would take a large group of people to actually make a difference, and not enough people are actually rallying against anything. Not enough people are protesting against anything. They just sit and let it happen like a bunch of sheep. John Titor prophecy, the John Titor thing that they claim a message was created in the year 2000, and he wrote on a computer and put it online stating that people would be so self-centered and in love with themselves. And he said, people will not like your generation. And that's our time right now. He was talking about right now. And he said that people will not like you at all because you'll be so self-centered and full of your own self. Just, that's the way people are. It's really sad. It is very, very sad. And they used Will I Am to promote artificial intelligence. He said people were scared when they invented the light bulb. People were scared of electricity. People were scared of microwaves. He said people were scared of vehicle revolutions. He said it was always before then just horse and buggy and that was it. Well, guess what? This is a whole other ball game than that. This is something that if we don't get a hold of, it will take over, and it will be something that they talk about the singularity, and it'll be something to a point of no return. Those revolutionary ideas were they were more of a convenience scenario, and they were all other revolutions throughout history, whether it was the Industrial Revolution or the beginning of the tech revolution, or if it was the beginning of the auto industry and things like that. Those were more of a convenience purpose and a different type of technology. The farming industry and everything. All of these particular types of things that have happened throughout history, and I'm getting tired of those people at the top downing the farmers and downing the people that have come before us. If it weren't for those people, they would not be in their position of authority. I tell you that. If it weren't for the farmers, if it weren't for those people of the past, they would not be in their position of authority. I love everyone, and I feel like everyone deserves an equal chance and opportunity, and they're just not giving it to anyone. They claim they are, but they're not. Only if you're anything but like us. But anyway, they had Joe Biden, Creepy Joe. They had him up there stating that everyone should learn how to code. Instead of farming, you should go out. You should start coding. He said it's not rocket science. Coding is simple and easy. No, it's not. It's not that simple. I've never tried coding, but still, it's not that simple. But I want to say that people like will.i.am, who are being used as a spokesperson to promote the AI revolution, it's an entire other ball game. It's a whole other ball game than the beginning of the tech revolution, than the auto industry, than the industrial revolution. It's an entire other game. This is something on another level that can be utilized in the wrong hands even. It can be utilized as a totalitarian dictatorship type of society. None of those things can be utilized for that. You can't utilize the car revolution or the electricity revolution for literally watching and controlling everyone, although it did lead to it. And yes, they did use electricity and eventually put it in the hands of the government, and then the government took over. The different governments took over the electricity, and then took over. You had to pay a bill. Then you have to pay a bill, and then they control you, and then they own you. Got your shows in the clouds and your music too. They don't own you don't own nothing, but they sure own you. I made that up as a song back in 2018, 17 or 18. So, yeah. It's a sad, crazy world. But that's just the bleak truth. It's not just the same thing as previous revolutions. It's not the same thing as previous advancements. This is something that if you don't get a hold of it, it can get way out of hand. We're heading into something that is completely different than anything throughout history. If you look at recently, they just created a new life form. Living robots have been created as scientists turn frog cells into entirely new life forms. They just use stem cells to create a new life form of organic robots, living organic robots. The first living robots have been created. They created the very first living being of its kind. They said they reassembled these living cells from a frog into an entirely new species. Some new life forms that no one has any idea what it is or what it will be. Living robots, basically. So there's so much going on right now, and it's an entire other ball game than the previous advancements throughout history. So it can go toward a dangerous level. This is a whole other ball game than all of the previous revolutions. Signing out.